Hey guys, just doing a review for the Telstra TV 2. I found it a little bit hard to find out what channels were available and just the functionality of it. So this is for anyone that is looking to get a Telstra TV 2 or get a Telstra internet connection, which some of them do come with the Telstra TV 2. So yeah, this is just for those people who want to see what is available on it, and just see some of the functionality so you can make up your own mind. We'll start with the menu functionality and what you can do, what's available, and go through some of that. You'll see that there's a home search, which you can search catch-up TV. As you can see, it's not great because the search, you've got to sort of go around and select a whole bunch of letters and it'll sort of bring up whatever. So my apps, I've just got Foxtel, obviously there's Stan, Big Pond Movies, which with the Telstra internet, you actually get 2 free per month at the moment, which is pretty good. Fetch, you only sort of had 1 in the first 30 days and then you had to pay for them after that. So that's sort of a little bit of a win in that department. It's got all the catch-up channels which came as standard with YouTube as well. AFL TED Doc Play, which is a documentaries thing. You need to subscribe to it to actually get them. Those are the last couple I downloaded. So there's not a lot there, but I suppose it's enough if you do have a Netflix or Stan membership or subscription as well. As you can see in the top right, just up there, the options is white, which as I said, if you press the options button, it'll provide you with some options, moving around, feedback. It'll depend where you are to what options it'll give. But then you can see now it's greyed out, so there's no options. If I press options, nothing happens. So you've also got the App Store, which you can get some other apps. Not quite sure what else there is, to be honest. There's the NRL, if you like that sort of thing. I'm in Victoria, so not a great fan. Fox Sports. There's GoPro, NBA for people that like the other US sports. GoPro, which you can watch highlights of other people when they've recorded their GoPro. Tennis, The Economist, and Vimeo. So if you continue back, you got settings, fairly basic network, obviously connecting to your internet. The one thing I have found, which is quite handy for Telstra TV, is you can screen mirror quite easily if you just have a device that has screen mirroring capabilities. Then if you turn on the screen mirroring, it'll automatically find your Telstra TV. I'll have a little thing come up on your Telstra TV no matter what is playing at the time, to whether you want to allow it, and then you can basically allow once or forever, always I think it was, and you'd be able to automatically display whatever's playing on your phone or tablet or other device onto your TV. Okay, so I'll show you the option to how to do screen mirroring on Telstra TV. So as you can see, I've got my my phone here. So if I just turn screen mirroring on, it'll automatically connect. When you first connect it, it'll come up on Telstra TV, allow once, allow always, or don't allow. I did obviously allow always. So now it's connected, and whatever I do on my phone, it will mirror on the screen. So the display type, it's fairly straightforward. Just auto detect, or if you want other options for other different picture levels, closed captions, channel scan. Basically, you'll do that in the setup, which is all very basic. It took, I think, 2 minutes or something for me to just let the thing find the channels. Audio, it's all fairly straightforward. And then obviously it just repeats through the TV, the TV menu. It does take a few seconds just to pick up live TV, as you can see. You press select and it'll sort of bring up a little display of what's showing for, sort of 5 or 10 seconds. As you can see, if you press up or down, you can sort of see what's on at the moment, and you've got an option because as you can see, there's no numbers on for this. When you go up and down, you can just enter channel number and press OK if you want to go straight to a channel. But to do that, you've sort of got to bring up the little thing. So 70. And as you can see, the channel is just down the bottom left, which is just down there, which you can see the number, which it's not great. It doesn't become very prominent. I would have thought they would have put it over here in a little bit of a bigger spot so you could read it easily. I can't really remember all the numbers at the moment, so I can't sort of flick between channels. I mean, look, there's probably 25 free channels, so it doesn't take too long just to scroll down to the channel you're looking for. So with the TV guide, in terms of difference, you can see that obviously you can scroll up and down to see what's currently on. If you press the TV guide, it'll open a little bit more of a menu, which it's a little bit annoying sometimes when you see, like, it's obviously 5:16 at the moment, and it's automatically brought up 4 AM stuff. So if I scroll down, I've sort of got to look at the ones with the pink in it to see what's actually on at the moment. I don't know, it's strange, but if you open it a second time, it'll usually it'll sometimes fix itself. It just makes it a little bit harder to read, but then you can look at what's coming up. It goes fairly far in advance, as you can see. Pretty responsive as well, so you can sort of scroll through fairly quickly and see what's on. They're the main sort of things that I find a little bit harder to navigate, is that you can sort of scroll down and you say, oh yeah, diagnosis murder's on. Oh no, it's not, it's 5 o'clock. So yeah, look, it's good, but the UI could be a little bit better and a little bit more functional, I think. Okay, so one of the things about the Telstra TV 2 is that if you have it off, like I've had it off for 25, or the TV off, sorry, for 25 minutes, and the light is turned off, so it goes into standby mode. So it's a little bit annoying because when it starts back up, as you can see, it will just come up with a screensaver, and you've got to sort of go back into live TV if you want to continue picking up from where you left off. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, I suppose. It's just for a lot of people, they want to be able to just turn the telly on and for it to be playing, on whatever channel they sort of left it on, or continue the same show with. Also, I'll just add that if you're watching a TV show and you haven't sort of changed your channel for quite a while, you'll end up having a little reminder to come up and say you're still there, like a power saving mode, probably after an hour or an hour and a half or so. Then you can press the Foxtel button or the Netflix button. It'll ask you if you want to launch. It'll take a couple of seconds. Sorry, I'm not sure if I actually clicked it. No, I didn't. It'll take just a few seconds to load Foxtel Now. As at the moment, part of the TV subscription, part of the internet connection that I've got through Telstra, they provide one channel package through Foxtel. So we selected, I think it was the pop one to start off with. No, we actually selected the documentaries and then took out the pop as well. For the first 7 days, you'll get access to movies. So you can see there, I started watching Alien just to see if I could watch it, and then the 7 days passed without me watching it again. So it's saying I could continue watching it, but would need to pay for the movie subscription, which at the moment I think is $20 a month. Whatever channels you've got at the moment will show what shows are popular at the top. So everything that you've got access to will show up the top. Demand is the one that I was getting confused with. It'll show your TV shows, movies, sport and channels. If you go down, you can see, well, there's heaps of documentaries, great. And then you'll see on demand things that are on the pop, which includes Fox 8, 111 Hits, or 111 Funny that it's called now. And then it will show most popular movies, where, as you can see, there's like a little lock key on there, because I don't have access to any of those channels, but it'll show everything that you do have access to up the top, which makes it handy if you want to browse through just something that you wanted to catch up on, or if you're in the mood for a documentary, true crime, whatever, depending on what channels you've got. And then you can break it down for movie, sport channels. I don't have the sports package, as I mentioned. So obviously everything's showing as locked. Go back to live TV. The live TV is not too bad. It's fairly straightforward in terms of its same functionality as the Telstra TV. I find that it's quite quick in terms of, like, if you're reading, say, the history of the world in 2 hours, you'll go, oh, okay, blah, 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 and then it'll disappear fairly quickly. So I find that if you need to click the up button, I'm a bit of a slow reader though, to see the rest of it if you weren't quick enough to read through the description. The more frustrating thing is with Foxtel, I find that if you're scrolling through the channels and you go, oh yeah, the theory that one or more of the suspects have been abused, like, oh, okay. And then if you go back, you've got to then scroll back to the same channel that you're reading through, which does become a little bit monotonous if you're a slow reader and just looking for something on, because this is basically like what the TV guide is in the Telstra TV. Because it doesn't have a TV guide like the Telstra TV. As I said, I'm trying to press OK, but it doesn't set a reminder or anything like that. So, as I said, you can't record on this, so you've sort of just got to know what's on and, really just scroll through what's on at the time to really just look at what you want to watch. You don't really have much of an option in terms of setting reminders or recording shows. The Telstra TV 2 really just relies on you. If you don't watch it now, we'll wait till you can watch it on catch up if it's available. If it's not available, then too bad. So yeah, it's a little bit clunky in that regard. I'll exit Foxtel Now. As you can see, it takes a couple of seconds to sort of tune in. As I was saying before, with the Telstra menu, it's a little bit better. So if you want to look at what's on and you go, oh, okay, botched, the doctor's take on a patient who nearly died after a mummy makeover gone wrong, a man plagued by his flats. It stays up a lot longer. It stays up for a little bit longer than the Foxtel, but overall, look, it's not too bad. Fetch I find a little bit better. It's got more channel options. It has a record function. It has a pause, rewind. The functionality is pretty good. Unfortunately, Telstra don't offer the fetch at the moment, so yeah, I don't have $400 to buy the fetch box outright. You can get the mini one for about 200, I think, or 180, but it doesn't have the record and pause and rewind functionality, which is basically like Telstra TV, but you still get a few more channels because you do get some doco channels on the fetch. So yeah, overall Telstra TV, it's all right. It'll do for now. I'll see how I go moving forward. If I couldn't get fetch on it, I would rather that, because it's my review of the Telstra TV. I was finding it quite difficult to research, which is why I wanted to do one on what was actually available and what channels you could see on Telstra TV and what it was like. As I said, it's a Telstra TV 2, so yeah, it goes alright. You can make your own minds up, and yeah, thanks for your time. Have a good day.